So I watched My Octopus Teacher on Netflix, and in which Craig Foster associates with one common octopus, Octopus vulgaris, for 1 year. What is astonishing about this documentary film is that we tend to think of the octopus or octopuses in plural, collective terms. I mean, so we do not suspect that there is individuality in these creatures, but there is. And Craig Foster developed a special relationship with this particular octopus. She is in the sea, really rough waves, under the rough waves of a coast of South Africa, and he develops a really intimate relationship. First the octopus is really mindful of the Mr. Foster's presence, and she doesn't really relax, and she hides in her den and does not come out and so on. But gradually the octopus learns that Mr. Foster is not somebody who would harm her, and so she gradually shows her true self, and there's this beautiful friendship between Mr. Foster and the octopus. And there are many astonishing scenes, and it's a very interesting scientific fact that octopus vulgaris has a really highly developed intellect, and the intellect might not be the same as human intellect. I mean, it can be as alien as the aliens. I mean, so some people say that if we are to make a contact with some intelligent species out in the space, the encounter would be something similar to our encounter with the octopus. And mind you, this is not any special octopus. This is the common octopus, Octopus vulgaris. So, this coexistence of two different intellect and emotions, should I say, in the sea, is really miraculous encounter to watch. And there's a scene where the octopus, she leads her hand, one of her hands, and tentacles, and it touches Mr. Foster, and it reminds us of Michelangelo's famous painting of the contact between God and human. Anyway, the reason why the octopus has developed such a highly sophisticated intellect is because it's weak. It's a mollusk and it doesn't have any shell. So its bodies are really vulnerable. So that's why the octopus has to use ingenuity, sophistication, and inventiveness, and even creativity, really, to protect itself. This metaphor of intellectual behavior arising from being weak and vulnerable, I think this applies also to humans. We are weak, we are vulnerable, we don't have teeth, strong teeth. We don't have claws. So we have to use our intellect to protect our weak selves. So in that sense, there's no difference between humans and octopuses, and so there are two different branches of evolution. But so on the one hand, humans are an answer, but it's not the answer. It's an answer, and octopus is another line of evolutionary answers to the question of intellect. So, in this film, in this great film, the encounter between a human being and an octopus, mind you, this is not a collective term, not octopuses, but this particular individual octopus, and this encounter between a human, and an octopus is as moving as highly informative, and we are reminded of the fact that we are, after all, one of the living creatures on this earth, and there's no special status associated with humans. And Mr. Craig Foster, actually, he has his personal problems. He's not feeling very well about his life. And so when he goes into the sea, he interacts with octopus and with the octopus and other sea creatures, and gradually he learns something really valuable about life, about our own condition. And through that experience, he learns to respect and love the great diversity that all living creatures on the earth exhibit, and we are just one of them. So this is a great film about ecology, and it's no wonder that Craig Foster went on to start a movement initiative to protect the ocean, because by protecting the ocean, probably we can protect the spirituality of ourselves.